Hello everyone, I am Ullas Agrawal and in this video we are going to discuss the 24th question of the first mock test conducted by NTA in their Abhyas app. So without wasting any time, let us start the question. It's a very nice question based on a projectile motion. Okay. Yeah, in fact it's a projectile motion along an inclined plane and some very nice conceptual clarity is required if you want to be able to solve this question. Well, the conceptual clarity is there means the question won't take more than 30 seconds for you to solve, or otherwise you will be simply struggling with this question. So you can just pause this video and just read the question for yourself, understand, try it once, and then only proceed with the solution, which I'm going to discuss with you. Okay, so let's start the discussion. Now, what is given is one of this particle P, it is projected from the inclined plane, and the other particle is simply slided down. So this Q is simply released from rest and it will undergo like straight line motion along the inclined plane because of the acceleration component of gravity. So G, which is the acceleration due to gravity, which is vertically downwards, it can be divided into two components. So one of the component is G sine theta. The angle of inclination of the inclined plane is 60 degree. Let me just adjust it. Yeah, better. Okay. And this is G cos 60. All right. Now the thing is this this particle Q will be traveling along the straight line down the inclined plane with acceleration g sine 60. On the other hand, this particle P is undergoing projectile motion like this. Now, P will be going along this parabola which I have drawn. So P will be going from like P to P1 to P2, P3, P4, P5, and so on up to P6. Similarly, point Q will be traveling through Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, and finally Q6. The thing is, P and Q are supposed to collide, which means by the time particle P is going to hit the inclined plane, at the same point of the inclined plane, Q should also be present. So if you put your coordinate system to be perpendicular to the inclined plane and parallel to the inclined plane, parallel to the inclined plane X, perpendicular to the inclined plane Y, we can say that if they are supposed to collide somewhere in the inclined plane, okay, if they are supposed to collide somewhere in the inclined plane, let's call this point as R, which means they should be able to reach point R simultaneously, which means by the time P reaches R at the same point of time, Q also reaches R. Now the thing is, both of these, P and Q, are having same acceleration along x-axis. In fact, during this projectile motion also that you can see, this projectile motion, the thing is, the overall acceleration of point P is vertically downward g, which can be resolved into always g sine 60 to be parallel to the inclined plane and g cos 60. So my point here is that this g sine 60 is the same acceleration along x-axis. And remember, if they are supposed to collide at r, their x coordinate should become same, okay, at the same time. They have got same acceleration along x-axis and they need same displacement also along x-axis in the same time. So if their displacement required is same, acceleration is also same. So for getting the same acceleration, sorry, for getting the same displacement in same time, when they are having same acceleration, it means their initial velocity along x-axis must also be same. Or what does this mean? Now the thing is, whatever is the initial velocity of P along x-axis, the same should be the initial velocity of Q also along the x-axis. Y-axis over here, x-axis down the inclined plane, both should have same initial velocity along the x-axis because same displacement is required in the same time interval, that also with the same acceleration. So s equal to ut plus half at square, if you write along x-axis in the same time t with the same acceleration a, they should have same s, which means u must also be same. Okay. So same initial velocity along the x-axis, but the thing is, this point Q is simply released from rest. So if it is released from rest, the initial velocity of Q is 0. which means initial velocity of p along x-axis should also be 0. What does this mean? It means that this p should be projected perpendicular to the inclined plane. Then only it will have a velocity only along y-axis, and there is no component of velocity along the x-axis. And that is required as a criteria for both of them to collide during their motion. So if this much concept you can apply, then the question is very simple. So what is the conclusion that we have made with this concept? That the particle P must be projected at angle of 90 degree with the uh, 90 degree with the inclined plane. Now the angle theta, this theta is given to be 60 degree. So this angle is given to be 60 degree. Okay. By the way, if you know the funda of projectile motion along the inclined plane, then if any particle is projected at an angle of alpha with the inclined plane and it undergoes a projectile motion, then the time of flight is given by 2u sine alpha by g cos theta, where theta is the angle of inclination of the inclined plane, alpha is the angle of projection with the inclined plane. So t is equal to 2u. The thing is that in this question, because we have already figured out that it should be projected perpendicularly to the inclined plane, which means that this alpha is equal to basically 90 degree in this question. So sine of 90 degree divided by g into theta is given to be 60 degree for the inclined plane. Now what is given is that this time of flight is 4 seconds. That's already given. We have to find out the speed of projection. Sine 90 is 1, g is 10, and cos 60 is half. So we get u to be equal to 10. So the initial speed of projection for the particle P, that initial velocity should be 10 meter per second. So that P and Q collide at 4 seconds. Thank you very much.